Good day, everyone. I am Ms. Maria Lisa Virador, your instructor in General Mathematics. And our first lesson is about functions and relations. A function is a relationship between two sets of variables, x and y, such that each value of set x is associated with exactly one value of set y. The first set of independent variables is the domain, while the second set of dependent variables is the range. A function is used to describe how one variable depends on another. For instance, the amount of money a worker makes is a function of how many hours he works. The number of hours the worker spends on his job is called the independent variable, while the amount of money he makes is called the independent variable. So it is a relation when an independent variable corresponds to more than one variable. So there are three representations of functions. These are using the ordered pairs, equations, and graph. So the first representation is the ordered pairs. For example, let X consist of 4 students and Y consist of their grades, respectively, in a certain test in algebra. So for X, we have Joe, Paul, Romy, and Tom. And for Y, their grades are 80, 78, 95, and 85. So dito, sa ating example number 1, pag pinagsama na natin sila at ginawa na natin siyang ordered pair, ang kalalabasan ay we have Joe and then his grade 80, Paul 78, Romy 95, and Tom 85. Since each student in set X corresponds with exactly one grade in set Y, then the set of ordered pairs is a function. Next, for example number 2, if F is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then F is a function. Next, for the number 3, if G is equal to 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, then G is not a function. Why? Because when X is equal to 2, there are two different possible values for Y, 3 and 4. So dito po, lagi natin sinasabi na ang given ay hindi function if magkapareho yung ating X or yung ating independent variable. So sa case ni number 3, dalawa yung ating number 2. So magkapareha sila. So this is not a function. Next, for example number 4, a function, however, can have the same value for such as y is equal to 5 that corresponds with different values for x, such as x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3, as shown below. So we have h is equal to 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 7, and 6, 8. So as you can see, magkapareho yung ating y or yung ating dependent variable. Pero, okay lang yon. So, masasabi natin na ang ating example number 4 ay function pa din. Next, mapping or pairing from the domain to the range is one way to show correspondence in a relation as follows. So, for this example, we have the domain and range. So, this is called one-to-one relation. If the given is one-to-one relation, automatic that is a function. So, makikita po natin na one-to-one relation kapag each domain dito, yung ating domain ay meron siyang kapartner na iisa lang sa range. So, one-to-one. One for domain and one for range. And this example, this is called one-to-many relation. So if the given is one-to-many relation, that is not a function. That is just a mere relation. So we have here 2 and then meron siyang kapartner na 3 and 4. So, bawal po yun. Next, for the third example, we have many to 1. So, if the given is many to 1, that is a function. So, many, for the domain, we have 2 and 3, and then same yung partner nila doon sa range. So, that is okay. Siya ay tinatawag pa rin function. Okay, next representation. Function represented by an equation or formula. Okay, for example, determine if f of x is equal to 3x squared represents a function. So for this solution, assign some values for x and compute for the corresponding values of f of x. So if the given or if it represented by an equation or formula, so ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, kailangan nyo magbigay ng value for x. So kayo na yung bahala. Any number na pwede nyo ibigay sa value ng x, that's okay. And then, kapag nakapagbigay na kayo, so you need to substitute the given value for x to the formula or the equation. So for this case, ang nilagay ko is negative 2, negative 1, 1, and 2. So, each value, isa-substitute natin siya sa equation na f of x is equal to 3x squared. So, ang x dito ay papalitan natin ng negative 2. So, pag sinolve natin siya, ang kalalabasan niya ay positive 12. So, si positive 12, siya ang kapartner ni negative 2. And for the next value, we have negative 1. So, pag sinolve natin siya, ang kalalabasan niya is positive 3. And then, ganun lang din ang gagawin sa lahat ng binigay na value. Titingnan nyo kung ano yung magiging value ng y and then ilalagay nyo ngayon sa ating table of values. So, as you can see, we have this. Pag ginamitan natin siya ng mapping diagram, ang kalalabasan ay many to 1. So, that's okay. That is a function. Next. For example, number 6, determine if f of x is equal to the square root of x is a function. So, for this solution, assign some values for x and compute for the corresponding values of f of x. So, sabi ko kanina, kayo mismo ang magbibigay ng value ng x. So, based dito, ang ibinigay ko ay 1, 4, 9, and 16. And then, isa-substitute lang natin siya sa ating equation, square root of x. Ito ang kanyang magiging answers. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, we have ordered pairs of 1, 1, 4, 2, 9, 3, and 16, 4. So, the equation of f of x is equal to the square root of x is a function. Next, the third representation, function represented by a graph. So, malalaman natin na ang graph ay function or not using the vertical line test. So, the vertical line test determines whether a relation is a function or not by passing or drawing a vertical line through the graph of its ordered pairs. A relation is a function if the vertical line intersects or passes through its graph in only one point. A relation is not a function if the vertical line intersects or passes through its graph in two or more points. So these are the examples. So example of a function. So as you can see, for example number 1, we have the Cartesian plane. This is the y and this is the x. So ang ating formula or ang ating graph is parabola. So this one, parabola. And then, itetest natin siya. So we need to draw a vertical line test. So ito po yon yung ating broken line. So as you can see, nag-intersect sila at one point. So iisang point lang po. Next, for the number 2, so this is the graph. And then, this is the vertical line test. So, as you can see, nag-intersect sila at one point. It means that is a function. Next, for the number 3, we have straight line, horizontal line, and this is the vertical line test. They intersect at only one point, so it means this is a function. And for the last example or graph, this one, so nag-intersect lang ulit sila at one point. Next. So these are the example of a graph that is not a function. Okay, for the number 1, parabola ulit, but naka-face siya or nakaharap siya sa left side. So kapag nag-draw tayo ng vertical line test, so makikita nyo na dalawa yung kanilang intersection point. We have this one and this one. Next, for the number 2, we have how many intersecting points? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it means that is not a function. And for the number 3, we have 2 intersection points. So not a function. And for the number 4, we have 4 intersection points. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you for listening.